Just about there. Hold on, let me just plug my. I can't even. All right. Plug my phone in. Trying to plug in. Pull that up. Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy today. Why this thing ain't plugging in. Okay. Alright, man, I don't know how long my battery is gonna last. I don't need a longer cord. All right, cool. I'm on. I'm ready. Can you hear me? Hello? Yeah, I just, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I got enough. I probably only can stay for an hour because I got to unplug this thing and I'm not sure how long my battery gonna last. I don't know if you hear it. not telling me. Let me see. Yeah, it's not telling me right now. I can leave it right there plugged in, but then I can't reposition because I got bad lighting right here. So really can't see my face. But if I'm gonna reposition it, I have to unplug it. So yeah. That's a little better. Kind of dark, but it's a little bit. Let me see.
Okay, there it goes. What up, everybody? It's your boy, Jet Black. It's that time again. Of course, y'all know what's up. Y'all know how we do this. Welcome to the Must Be Heard Radio Jet Black music reviews, featuring my partner A-Dubs. I'm gonna get him in his video in the stream in just a minute. Where y'all at, man? Where everybody at?
Maybe.
Shout out to the faithful.
That other light.
Let me see.
The little one, and maybe I could put it on here and plug it down there into my other strip and like face it up.
In the meantime, it's been a long time coming, y'all. But here we are again. Here we are at this moment again. So shout out to the chat. Tell me where y'all listening from. Let's see here while I get.
All right, let me come over here and plug this. I can get back here.
I know y'all can hear me typing. I'm surprised nobody said anything about me clacking on this keyboard yet.
Oh, you know what? Because it ain't on. This one ain't on.
But that's always. Oh, hey Dubs, I see you, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it right. That might be a little bit too bright now. Yeah, that's all right, I guess. Huh? Talking to me?
You talking to me?
Are you watching that? You popped in my live today, huh? Came in on a secular session.
I saw you. Yeah, I saw it. I peeped that.
Not as bad as what you might think.
I mean, you know.
I know.
You know how I am, man. I'm straightforward, bro. I'm just gonna tell you flat out. Hey, Mike, that's not my gig, but you know, everybody.
Did you listen for a little while?
I did listen.
Oh, so you know that I wasn't just saying pick up your guns and go kill each other.
All right.
You know,
hey Dubs, you're really talented, bro. You're really talented. That cannot be taken away from you. You are really talented.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Can't be taken away from you at all. All right, this is going.
I felt kind of guilty when you popped in. I was like, no, go away. But I said, nah. I just wanted to explain myself, and I ran it down, and then that's why I played the lyrics without the music.
You should have just flat out been like, hey, bro, this ain't just saying get out, man.
I said it. I did. I was like, yo, man, this ain't for the church now. I'll be honest with you. But that's why I played the music, the lyrics without the music, so you could kind of get wind of what was going down with the song, and you know.
I got you. I'm not sweating. I'm literally switching stuff around here. all at the same time. What's up, Rush? Rush in the chat.
Turn it off again. No, you can leave it off.
There it is. So I'm gonna move this over here.
I thought we were about to take pictures with the lights and stuff.
I'm not a huge fan of how this is working out. So let me change the channel here. Hold on 1 second.
No, but it's not. There's no harm, no foul. Intended. All right. Maybe I can hit my my wife up for some grapes. She be kind of holding the grapes back from me. She think I'm gonna kill them. Yeah. Y'all gotta excuse my lighting. I don't know if they can hear me, but excuse my lighting. And I'm not gonna be looking at the computer tonight. I'm gonna be just probably focusing in through the earphones.
Okay, I think I'm good now.
Give me a second.
No, we ain't doing box though. I'm talking city full of nightmares, pocket full of dreams. All right, I think that's clean enough. All right, if you're new to the stream, welcome to the review show. If you are not new to the stream, hit that share button, of course. Share them likes, of course. Don't forget to subscribe to mustberadio.com, or you can search for Lighter Fluid Entertainment. That's where you're gonna find A-Dubs at on YouTube. A-Dubs is the musical connoisseur, man, because this man be he don't write. So
oh, you caught me flipping out today without the pen in the pad.
Oh yeah. I've been specifically waiting to hear one of those. So yeah, A-Dubs does not write. Look, I had a whole bunch of music come through last week, man. And Q, welcome. Appreciate you. I had a whole lot of music come through here last week. And I was trying my best to stay on top of everything, and it kind of got away from me. Believe it or not. Which I guess essentially isn't the first time it's gotten away from me. And then we had to go back in the next show and try to catch up, which we ended up doing for the most part. This time though, we got some submissions. A-Dubs, I'm telling you, it's so many Christian hip hop artists on TikTok, bro.
Okay.
I've been trying to connect with a lot of them, and letting them know that there's a platform out there available for them. Just got to know who to talk to. So,
I'm old. I gotta get hip to TikTok.
You ain't missing nothing if you ain't. That algorithm get crazy sometimes. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm thinking about doing another project like that, another spiritual project.
Okay.
I'm gonna give myself a few months of rest after this because I dropped that Power in the Tongue project, and then now I'm dropping a secular street project, and then I'm gonna probably go back to another spiritual project, and then I'll probably just because I'm gonna have to do a project when I get this new EQ in, just so that I can practice with the new hardware EQ that's coming. So I'm gonna have to do something when it comes, because the way things are now with the pandemic, you don't really want people coming to the studio recording and breathing on you. In other words,
trying not to anyway.
Right.
That's why you
got to pay me some good money to come in this studio right now. And I'm talking about $75 an hour.
That's hefty.
With a 2-hour minimum.
Well, that's not too bad though. I mean, I've seen worse.
No, $150 gets you 2 hours. And whatever we can do in that 2 hours, we can do it.
So you ready to get the show on the road, bro?
Let's go.
All right, so I got I'm gonna catch up first. I got like 3 songs to catch up on, and then after that we'll be down into the regular list for this week, unless people pay skips. All right, guys, just as a reminder, only music that glorifies Christ will be played on this platform. Okay, if I can, especially if I can recognize it in your name. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody named. Name something crazy just getting through here without me like knowing what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Little big private part.
Right. AK-47 God Slayer. No.
Yeah.
What? Heck out of here, man. This platforms is built for that. This ain't it. Next thing is, depending on how many we have, I always go in order of the time and the way I received the songs. If you want to submit your track, you send it to mustberadio@gmail.com in MP3 format. If you don't have MP3s, let me know. That'll be fine. But I do not want to stream your content on YouTube and all that, and SoundCloud and all that stuff, because I put it into my mixer. And thank you.
All right.
Oh wait, will you throw that in the freezer, man? Thank you. All right. Let's see what I missed. $5 minimum for skips. If you want to skip, you don't have to. But I try to do that to remain faithful to what we doing, to the ones that submit in order. All right. That being said, I'm gonna welcome some new people. I see Darrell Townsend. That name's new to me. So welcome to the show. Hold on, wait. I ain't got my applause.
And I don't have my microphone out.
There it go. All right, Darrell Townsend, welcome.
I'll hold off on the mic. I'll just leave it on the number.
As customary, all new people get hand claps and welcomes. All right, so we may as well just jump right into it. Again, don't forget to hit the share button for me, and we get right into the first one. All right, so this one came from an artist named AGB4, and the song is called Extendo Clip.
Whoa.
I know. I did have my wife screen some of these that came through the week, so she said this one was good, so it was good to play on air. So I don't know. Let's see, A-Dubs, what they talking about, man. So this is Extendo Clip by AGB4. AJB4.
All right.
Haters and these exes and these enemies wanna hit me with the extendo clip, with the extendo clip. Satan and his demons and his heathens wanna hit me with the extendo clip, with the extendo clip, with the extendo clip, with the extendo clip. Haters and these exes and these enemies wanna hit me with the extendo clip, with the extendo clip, with the extendo clip, with the extendo clip. Don't play with my kinfolk. Haters be on that endo. Playing them games Nintendo. I'm a cup of bean, no pinto. Didn't gas you up, but front on me, I'll pass you up. Didn't had enough, you racking up and stacking up. Can't take no more, I'm packing up. Bye bye. yeah, I'm gone, man, I'm through. Ain't nothing wrong but you, but I'm still praying for you. I see you when I do. Can't make plans or making moves. I ain't blind, I know how you do. Trying to put me on the haters and these exes and these enemies wanna hit me with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Satan and his demons and his heathens wanna hit me with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Haters and these exes and these enemies wanna hit me with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip.
Set me up, they got me. Caught me being sloppy. Out the pit, they crop me. But you know that they can't stop me. Can't shut me down, can't knock me. Been grinding since they had floppies. Don't need a hobby, you acting cocky. Better go to mommy, I'm out like Bobby. Go, short it go. I can't seem to let her go. If you know, then you know. They've been scheming on the low. Might be down, but I'll be back and ready for more. Look to him, he's the one that runs the show.
Haters and these exes and these enemies wanna hit me with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Satan and his demons and his heathens wanna hit me with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Haters and these exes and these enemies wanna hit me with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Hey, with the extendo clip. Hey.
Yeah.
What you got, A-Dubs?
I'm not gonna comment on the sonics of it because I'm listening through my phone and I don't have my computer on, so I didn't listen through the computer today. But I like the hook. The hook is catchy. Yeah, I think you could get away with that. And as far as it being well, the hook line, I'm saying, I think you get away with that with the extendo clip.
I ain't gonna lie, when I first saw the name, man, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I would maybe slip something into the title of it to make it, a little more round as far as where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Because somebody gonna see that name and be like, hold on, man. But the lyrics was pretty dope. Let me just make sure I got my volume up. Yeah, the lyrics was pretty dope, and he was on point. He wasn't off beat. And like I said, I'm really not gonna comment on if there was too much bass in the music or whatever, because I don't know, for whatever reason, man, listening through this phone is just a real poor experience for me, man.
So,
but I liked it. I'll give you based on that, I'll give it like a 7.
okay. I'm at for the sheer catchiness of it. I'm probably at about a. I'm gonna be nice.
That S is coming out. Is that a 6 or a 7? It only can be one of those two.
I'm trying to not say 6, man. I'm trying to not say 6. But I'm saying that the reason I say that is because I don't.
You hear more of the Sonics than I do.
I do hear the Sonics.
Right. And the mix, you hear the mix.
It's catchy. It's really catchy. But that's all it is. It's not like, I don't know.
Blow me out the water.
No, not like last week. Maybe that's what it is. Is SV? What's up with you?
Energy brings a lot to a song.
Yeah, it does. And like last week, from the first 3 or 4 songs, we didn't have nothing below a 10, below a 9.
Yeah.
So maybe the bar was set really high last week, but it gets radio play and it'll get radio play. But as far as like I'm concerned, my own personal playlist, I probably wouldn't put it in there, just because it's so sonically. You know what it sounds like when they got everything too loud and then they turn around and compress it and it's still too loud, but but it's beating against the compressor.
Right.
That's what it sounded like. So like the 808 sounded like it was just literally beating up the compressor.
Excuse me, I'm trying to. Y'all don't judge me on my light, y'all. I'm trying to get this right for you.
With that happening and beating up against that compressor like that, you lose the tone quality. You know what I'm saying? So like the compressor is good for what it's used for. It's to compress your vocals to keep you within a certain range. You also should use a limiter though. When you're using the compressor, you should also use a limiter so you can see where the ceiling is, so to speak, and make sure that you're not peeking through the ceiling but hitting the ceiling at the same time. Because so what you see is you see two lines on there on your limiter. You see two lines, the top and the bottom. I'm trying to even my hands out here. All right, at this top, the hottest point of your music is going to either shoot through that line, or it's going to touch it, or it's going to go under it. You want to keep those underneath that line, not shooting through it, because every time it hits the ceiling, your limiter is going to compress it and squeeze it back down squeeze the sound back down into control, so to speak. So be careful with those. You just got to be careful with those limiters and the compressors too much.
Right.
When you compress too much. All right. So we can round that one off at a 7, and y'all gonna excuse me if y'all hungry, y'all eat. I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. Okay, I got this spaghetti right here in front of me with these garlic bread. And
man, I just had some lasagna with garlic bread.
Telling you, man, smelling real good, man. My wife be in the kitchen whipping it up, man. So I'm gonna chow down while we doing this. It is what it is, though. All right. As soon as Dubs get back, we'll hit the next one. Shout out to all of our new followers, new subscribers, man. That y'all are y'all really lighting it up right now. Another new one that came through here this week is an artist named Raekwon Cooper. My first time seeing that name, so he showed up on one of the midday mix shows. So just kind of in the chat talking, listening to music and all that kind of stuff. So he sent 3 songs. I'm gonna play one of them. It was kind of a pick of the litter, if you will. But like I tell artists all the time, the review show is basically the proving ground. If you get past a review show when you submit music through the week, we'll automatically go ahead and screen it unless you say, well, look, can we do this on the review show? So when you're new to the platform, when you submit music, we don't put it on rotation right away, because I need to make sure your audio quality hits the standards. So that being said, and then we'll offer a little bit of advice, but keep in mind our advice is purely subjective. Okay, we are in no way saying that this is the
the end all be all to
exactly
what you need to do. We are just people who love music and just trying to give you a little bit of feedback. That's all. I mean, from our own personal experiences behind a mix board or behind a microphone. And me myself, I just love, man, hearing new talent, man, and it's a pleasure, man, to get to hear you guys,
Most definitely.
I'm privileged and honored to be on this platform with my brother Rashad.
I appreciate you, man. All right, well, let's get to the next one. This is I got Raekwon Cooper with Hot.
Turn my computer on, see what I can.
What? You say you real, but you really ain't in the field. What's real is admitting you're hurting, that you need to heal. What's real is making sure that you go home to your kids. On Instagram, flexing your mama crib. Stressing about getting a meal, knowing you never will. Talking about signing deals, smoking and popping pills. Nah, dawg, that ain't real. But I know who is the Christ that lives. Died and rose again, forgave us to make amends. Was split on side his ribs, coming back for all his kids. It's legit, yeah, I'll inherit the kingdom like I'm married. Use it to bring him in, cause hella burn your skin. You think you hot, but you not. Open up like a lie, let him in to your heart. Save yourself from the dark. Only way is through God, the way, the truth, and the light. Out of mind, out of sight. Jesus saves your future bright. Tell me where you going if you was to die tonight. Well, if you don't know, look to the sky. Open and read the gospel. Instructions in the Bible. The devil, he don't like you. Believe in Jesus, then repeat it. Call out to God, tell him you need him. Here's your heart, tell him you feed him. Confess your sins and take him away, and then he'll clean them. A fresh start like you just came from out the cleaners. Hate being hot, you can tell by my demeanor. I'll follow God to my home like he the line leader. Not catching on my heater. Always sound like a thug. Yeah, I'm thugging it for Jesus. Yeah, I'm thugging it for Jesus. You gotta see the bigger picture. Where you going when you go? It tells you in the scripture. Before you die, you better know. Gotta see the bigger picture. Stop playing, we stay on go. Going up, not below. This is something you should know. Cause hell is hot, cause hell is hot. Cause hell is hot, cause hell is hot. Cause hell is hot, cause hell is hot. Cause hell is hot, cause hell is hot.
Man, I know not. You know, I be getting salty when people sing half a song.
Did it end?
Yeah, that was pretty much it. It was just a track riding out.
So
I don't know if it's an interlude or what.
wow.
Yeah, that just happened.
Right,
Raekwon Cooper, you get an 8 from me.
you an 8.
I give him an 8.
So me, his energy was there.
Yes.
The lyrics was definitely there. But for me, it didn't have any kind of format. It didn't go to a hook. It didn't go back from the hook back to the verse, then back to another hook. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just the newer generation, or
I don't know.
If not having a format is just the format nowadays. I don't know.
Like that's the formula is to not have a formula.
Right. I don't get it. Like I don't get what they listening to on the radio. When you listen to songs on the radio, they got a format, man.
Yeah, sure.
All songs got a format. I don't care if they're on there mumbling and they ain't saying nothing. At least the ones who ain't saying nothing got a format. They'll go from saying nothing to saying nothing in a hook, then back to saying nothing in a verse.
Yeah.
But it's formatted. It's formatted 16 bars to a hook.
16, 8, 16.
Or 12, 12, 16, or 16, 12, 12, or either 2 16s, or either 2 12s and a hook and hooks in between. But it's formatted. They're not just rapping, going straight down the line. And I mean, my man can rap. Like that's the best I can say is you can rap.
Yeah.
He could rap. But the song had no formulation, no format.
That's kind of why I said 8. Energy, flow, it's all there.
I can't give you an 8 on that though. Because if you don't got no, because listen, if you was to bring that to a radio station that's ready to play ready-made songs, and they didn't listen to that and they played that, they would be mad because it's not formatted to us as a song. This is a platform where people get to hear your stuff, so yeah, we're gonna play it. But just like a radio station that want to put you in rotation, they would probably say, yo, bring it back when it's done. Bring it back when it's finished.
Respect.
Now I ain't knocking the brother. I said he can rap.
Yeah.
You just need to learn how to get that formation down where the song is formatted. It just sounded like you rap straight through you did a 32 and that was it. Like, or you did a whatever it was. It could have been a 48. I don't know what it was. I didn't count the bars.
I mean,
but
if
it just sounded like you started and then you stopped, and then that was it.
Yeah, if that's the case, may as well call it a freestyle.
A freestyle, right? Yeah, right. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. If it was a freestyle, then that's different. But and that's another thing. You know, these dudes today, they don't know a freestyle from a song. They don't know what to call it, because I don't know if they study in the craft, but you definitely got to study this craft, man, because I don't know, man. I don't want to sound like I'm coming down on nobody, but y'all got to start studying this craft, man. This is a craft that, like, people like myself, and I done came through a whole bunch of barriers as far as being able to switch up and get with today's culture and being able to spit like them and whatever else. But, you know, I'm coming back from, man, 82, man, starting with rap. Was, you know, when Run DMC dropped Sucker MCs in 1982, man, you know, I stopped in my tracks and fell in love with this craft. And I've been with it ever since. And I'm not saying that this about the young brother that just got off, but a lot of these dudes out here, they're not really, I don't know how serious they taking it, or I don't know, man. They kind of like just, I don't know, man. You're not upholding it the right way, man. Y'all ain't running with it the right way, bro. You know, and I don't want to sound like, oh, man, who the hell is this dude? Da, 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 da. You ain't Puff Daddy and nothing, you know. Yeah, I know that. But, you know, hey, man, I'm just a listener, you know. I'm just a dumb little listener, you know. I'm somebody that don't really know too much. I just got ears, you know, that's all.
Yeah, I got I don't really, I'm not really against it. It does feel incomplete though.
No, but I ain't even just talking about him. I'm talking about the whole
in general,
movement.
yeah.
The whole not the whole movement, because the people that are on radio, they have a format, because other than that, they wouldn't get on 97.5 or 98.7 or whatever your main radio station is in your city, 105 point whatever, 102 point whatever your radio station. You wouldn't get on the radio if it's not formatted the right way. They're not gonna play it.
Right.
You know.
I mean, and that's not, you can't really say that's a subjective thing either, because
and freestyles don't make no money. I mean, you could.
I don't know now. I done heard some, like KB, for example, but KB already got a name.
Right. You ain't got no name. You ain't just coming up there and putting anything on saying, yo, just play this. They're gonna be like, nah, dude, who are you? First of all.
Yeah.
You gotta have something that's, yeah, that guy KB probably got 100 songs that's formatted though, that already been playing on YouTube and stuff. Yeah. You know.
So I met a couple of artists this week on TikTok, and I've been faithful about going on people's posts and saying, hey, look, you're an independent artist, you're looking for support, we got you, right? So I only heard snippets of the song, and I was like, man, this is too short. I want to hear the whole thing. So I asked him if he was going to submit it to the review show. To the review show. He said yes. So if I'm pronouncing this right, and I'm hoping that I'm not just destroying this, but it's Q is the artist name. Q is the artist name. It's spelled Q-E-W. So the song's called Loose Ends. So I was curious about this, Mark. I was like, yo, come on, submit this, bro. Let's run this thing up. So that's the next one I got for you. So this is Loose Ends by Q.
All right.
Trust you so I can be the of Jesus with a growl. Brought me out. Problems pile up, feel like hell, but I don't doubt. Last straw, like stretching me like loose. Trusting you to leave me so I can feed the cruise. I'm tired, yeah, you tired about loose. I'm tired, yeah, you tired about loose. Last straw, stretching me like loose. Trusting you so I can feed the cruise. I'm tired, yeah, you tired about loose. I'm tired, yeah, you tired about loose ends.
I'm about to get mad, bro. I'm about to get mad, dog. All right, so I played the air horn on this one. Oh my gosh, one more verse and I would have been at a 10 easily. Like switching the cadences up like that, all of that, everything was good, bro. Sonically, it was good. But I was waiting for the second verse. It just didn't feel like enough. Again.
I was still listening on my computer. I'm just plugging back into the phone now.
I got you.
I turned on the computer. Yeah, I didn't really hear what you was saying. I caught the end part.
So
I was coming from.
So I'm just saying if another one that feels incomplete, man. I wanted to give it a 10. I hit the air horn. I wanted to give it a 10, and I'm like, where's the other verse at? Because I'm vibing to this one. I like this one.
The formation was right. The formation was there. You had the intro, then you had the first verse, then you had the hook, and it seemed like your first verse ended well. The hook came right on time. Even if you went past 16, I didn't count. It could have been 22. It could have been 22. It could have been 16. I think it was 16, but it could have been 22. But either way, it could have been a 22 then a 16. It doesn't matter, or 22 then a 12. Or is it 24 then a 12? Whatever, I don't know. But the formation was there, and then I went to go plug into the phone to listen to the other half of it, the second verse, and my man was talking.
Second verse wasn't there.
And I was like, how come he's talking? I just came out of the first verse from my computer. It should be on the second verse right now. Another thing is the cadence. The cadence, I could understand you, but I had to squint my ears, if that makes any sense to you. I could understand if I really I had to turn my head and hold on, what's he saying? What is he saying? I had to really squint my ears to really understand. So I don't know if it was your engineer, how he mixed it, or if it was that you needed to say your words a lot clearer. And maybe it was due to the fact that you were squeezing in so many words. But it had energy, and the format was there at first until you just stopped. And that's what I'm saying, man. That it don't look good for the culture when y'all that's back to back. That's two songs right there that didn't have no structure, but it's from y'all probably from two different sides of the earth. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not just because you from the same city. It's just in the air with this culture nowadays. What's wrong with you? Why y'all ain't through studying y'all craft on how to put songs together, man? Y'all gotta put the song together, bro.
I think
it ain't nobody don't want to hear a half a song, bro. Don't send a song if it's a half a song, or if you do, just say, yo, man, it's a freestyle first verse, and I did a hook, and then I just stopped. So it's gonna stop. Don't say it. Freestyle, because it ain't no song, man, until it's complete. To me, in my eyes, in my opinion, man.
It just depends. Sometimes these will be used for promo. It might be promo, could be an intro to something else. You know what I'm saying?
But
because
you gotta say that. Yeah, but you gotta tell people that. How about you play that, right? And somebody, we can't. I was getting ready to use a bad analogy because this is a Christian station. I was gonna say, how about if somebody at the bar buying a drink and they like the song, right? And then they turn around to go dance to it, and as soon as they turn around with the drink, the song go off. Soon as somebody get it, that's a bad analogy because it's of course it's a Christian station. But okay, somebody is I don't know, I don't know, man. They got out of their car, they left the door open, they at the ice cream stand, they hear this song come on, and then they want to hurry up, let me get my ice cream so I can get back here in the second verse. They get back, now the dude talking on the radio again. It's like we ain't even get none of it, man. We ain't get enough of it. We only got a little lick of it, and then the ice cream fell to the ground.
I'm
Like, you ain't give me no. I don't know, man.
I'm currently looking through my library because now I can do something with it as far as me being a DJ wise. I can definitely do something with it because
no, even if you had to repeat the first verse over, that's better than just cutting off and not coming back doing nothing.
Okay, so check me out. Watch. This is what I mean. Hold on. As a DJ, I can always do something with it. So I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, start it from the beginning.
I'm gonna go back to about the middle of his about the middle of it when he broke it down.
See the synergy, fight those, got them up, friends turn to enemies. Now we out of bros, got to start assembly. Set me up in places, I like trophy eyes upon me. Hit the shine on little son because he proud, so he showing off. This is why I'm loud, I will scream the name of Jesus with a growl. Brought me out, problems pile up, feel like hell, but I'm down. Last fall, time stretching me like those. Blessing you to lead me so I can be the cruise. I'm God, yeah, you try to find a new God. I'm God, yeah, you try to find a new God. Stretching me like those. Blessing you so I can be the cruise. I'm God, yeah, you try to find a new God. I'm God, yeah, you try to.
Even puts up with
See
my
what I'm
tantrums
saying?
like a Taliban.
It's something
Yeah.
can still be done with it as far
Yeah.
as mixing wise because it's short.
And
And
it's a shame too because it's a good song.
it's a really
I wanna-
good song.
I wanna keep going like that, but then it just cuts off. Like, what are y'all doing, man?
Come back to me,
Like,
please.
I don't get it. I don't get it, bro.
Have mercy.
I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. Don't you feel that when you making a song? Don't you feel like you going like this and then all of a sudden you just gotta stop because ain't nothing there? Don't you feel that as the artist
Oh yeah.
when you making it?
Or
Like,
when
I don't
when
get
I'm
it.
writing
How do you just make a song and then just stop after the first verse in the hook?
like in my writing phase, I'll feel like I'm not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, wait, I need to do another verse because this is just too short.
Yeah.
But that comes from knowing how to form songs and the
Study
layout.
right and studying
and all
your
that kind of
craft.
stuff.
And then not only that, some artists get to the point where they don't even listen to the radio and listen to what's on the radio because they so into themselves. You always got to know what's going on out there. So you know how I started writing rhymes, and this is way before a lot of y'all time, but I used to put on a Redman record,
Mhm.
right? And when I didn't, this was before I knew how to count bars. This was probably 1991 or 92. This was before I knew how to count bars and whatever else. I didn't learn how to count bars until 1998. But I knew how to format songs because I would put on a Redman record, and then when he would start, I would write my rap. While he was rapping, I would write my rap to his beat while he was rapping. And when he would start, I would start my rap. When he would finish, I would finish. And when his hook line came in, I made my hook line. So by the time I finished writing and I said my rap over top of him rapping, whenever he stopped to do his hook, I was stopping to do my hook. And that's how I learned. And after a while, it became like, you know how you wake up in the morning and you set your alarm clock after 4 weeks, you don't even need that alarm clock. It's just internal.
Right.
So that's how it became to me with writing songs. That's how I learned how to format a song, by writing with other people's songs while they was rapping. You know, back then I didn't have the money to keep buying instrumentals. So I would just have somebody's tape that I would buy, like a Redman tape. And that's how long ago it was, tape. You know, I would just buy a Redman tape, put it on, and then I would rewind it to the beginning, and I would start writing from the beginning. And every time I had to, if I was only got 2 lines, I would have to rewind that tape to the beginning and start all over again. And that's how I learned how to write songs. But that's essentially, quote unquote, studying the craft. I was studying what Redman was doing and then doing it myself.
Yeah.
It's like they just jumping off the building without no parachute, man. They're
So
not
I
studying.
learned from listening to Gospel Gangsters, Cross Movement, LG Wise, Prime Minister, all these early cats, man. The Truth when he first started, K Drama, all these different ones, man. I learned my format from really, I would say, from Cross Movement, bro. Because
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that style, like New York, East Coast style hip hop. And so
Right.
when it came to like when I was in school, everybody was listening to 3-6 Mafia, you know what I'm saying, and all these other ones, and I'm like, man, these dudes is garbage, bro. What are you listening to? Because even then, I understood cadences, I understood the deep meanings behind stuff, all that. Most people don't write like that anymore, so it's a lost art.
Nah, yeah, it's they don't. It's not.
It's a
It's
lost
not
art.
even. I don't. That's why I don't. I just do it when I get bored. You know, like I put this 5-song. I'm putting this 5-song secular EP out only because I didn't want to leave my people that know me for what I'm known for in the secular world on ice like that, and just come out with a spiritual and give all the spiritual stuff to my spiritual people, but then leave my people behind code. I've been like rooting for me and showing me support all these years with the secular. So, but I did want to come with a message with it too. I don't want everything to be gun. I don't want to be telling you that. I just want to give you the stories of where I'm at. And but I just feel like, I don't know, man. I'm not in love with it no more because of the abuse that is getting. I'm not feeling rap no more, really. I be wanting to, man, record. I be wanting to just record singers now. I don't even want to record no rappers no more, really. Because nobody don't really take it. Nobody don't take this serious no more. It doesn't even appease to me. And it ain't that, oh, he just older, he don't know. Nah, it's because y'all saying one verse and a half of a hook and then stopping y'all song. It's not because they try to throw it off on that, oh, y'all just older. Nah, it ain't that. It's that y'all don't got the formula, man. And but they think they do.
So
And you can't tell them nothing nowadays because they ain't listening. So that's why you getting a half of a song. Because they don't listen. They got their own answers to everything. So you can't tell them nothing. And look, I always tell people, if I can't tell you nothing, then what you need me for? If nobody can't tell you nothing, then you don't need nobody.
nah, you may as well just call it quits.
know what I'm saying?
Rush said he learned how to write songs from Babyface.
I mean, hey, Babyface is a great writer. Look, you learning from somebody that knows how to format a song. That's what I was getting ready to say. If you're really serious about your rap, don't be listening to just people that's on Must Be Heard Radio, because a lot of these people not gonna know how to format songs. I'm not saying all. Go listen to people that signed and got deals, because you got to think about it. Nobody's gonna put $300,000 into an artist or give them $1 million, and that artist don't know how to format a song. Granted, you do have a lot of garbage out there, like my man Blueface from the West Coast.
Oh,
He's
gosh.
He's trash. I don't even know how he got a deal, but I do know how he got a deal, because trash is what's selling nowadays. So I mean, there it goes, man. And I'm sorry, that's just what it is, man. I like a lot of the artists out there. Kodak Black, he good.
Trash.
You know, I like Kodak.
Next.
He knows how. At least he know how to format a song.
Next, they all know how to. A lot of them know how to format songs. They're still garbage, just like Push P. Terrible.
Yeah, well,
Terrible.
I mean, it's subjective too to who you like, who you don't.
heck
You
no,
can't.
it's not
I don't want.
subjective.
I don't
That's
want to
not
hate on the whole younger culture, because some of them do have some good stuff. Just like I don't know if you ever heard that. What's my man name? Walked in like woo ooh ooh. Like woo ooh ooh ooh. I can't think. What's my man name? Man, but he's one of them newer rappers, man. And he's a trap rapper, but you know, you can't hate on all of them, because a lot of them got style. And you just got to be able to know how to maneuver with that style. You can't stay stuck. So
This is the face of unenthusiasm, y'all. Just so y'all know. I'm saying this is my face of unenthusiasm. Just so people know, this is just
like Young Thug. Young Thug has some good songs. You know, not really what I would get on the mic and do, but you know, he had some good songs. You know, at least they was formatted.
Have you heard of
I don't
Indie
know.
Tribe?
What's the name of it?
Indie Tribe. No big
No,
deal.
but
No big
I'm
deal.
gonna look them up.
Yeah, definitely. You finna see where the bar of music is as compared to these cats you talking about it, which is the reason why I say they trash. Every one of them. The only ones that I say had any talent, would have said had any talent, was Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Out of
Now,
that whole group,
right,
all the rest of them,
right,
terrible.
right. If you
Even
wanna,
Lil
man,
Dicky, who has a phenomenal skill level, I don't feel like Lil Dicky can hold up a candle to street hymns.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't love rap no more. Because of dudes like, what's them two white twins that's out right now? What's the name of them two dudes?
Not the island. I'm an island
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. That's just why. Listen, now, anybody. Now, this is what I'm trying to tell you. That right there is a prime example of me saying it ain't because a person is older than you. It's because of dudes like that, man. Are you kidding me?
This
Are
just
you
turned
kidding
into
me?
content, so y'all look.
Come on, bro. That's why I don't like rap no more. I'm trying to like it, but when I hear stuff like that, it's like I can't even love what I grew up loving no more.
Bro, secular hip hop
Because they
Terrible.
letting anybody do it, and it's just all over the place. Oh, island boy, island boy.
Here's the craziest thing,
kidding
bro.
me?
Here's the craziest
gotta be
thing of it
crazy.
all. People be gassing them up too, man. Like if you go on
Come on,
YouTube,
bro.
alone, just like I mentioned about that Push and P song earlier, right? If you go on YouTube right now and you was to look up that song, you see all the comments on there, man, you'll be sad, dude. They talking about, oh yeah, Thug did it again. Yeah, that's a good song. And I'm like, where? He said,
No, you know what it is.
Look,
It's because
Doug.
if you don't know good music,
Exactly.
then you're gonna back bad music.
Look, check it out. He
That's
said,
all it is.
she not a lesbian. She turned P. Now she a lesbian.
Right.
What? So we just making up
Right.
words now? Like,
No, it's not that. It's that the culture is so dumbed down now, and we go for dumbness. Dumbness is what goes platinum. That's what I'm telling you.
that's ridiculous.
If I was 20 years younger, I probably would come out and say, "Mumble jumble, got the tumble, mamu tumble, say the bumble, BB," and they would give me
I'm finna tell you,
300. They would give me $300 million for that.
Hobson did a mumble rap song, and he ain't say a word in the song. He just was mumbling to the rhythm.
But see, this is my thing. I wouldn't even want to be. I mean, I guess if you're gonna sell your soul and you doing it just for the money, then go ahead. But I wouldn't even want to. I wouldn't even want to be known as the dude who got the dumbass song. Excuse my language.
Pastor Mac,
I wouldn't even want to be known as the dude who got the dumb song.
Pastor
That's
Mac
crazy.
said the Island Boys got bars.
Yeah, they do. Bars around their neck from all the money they getting from robbing people with that garbage. They got bars of gold because they getting a lot of money. Hey, yo, man, look, they feeding their family. That's all I can say. But I mean, at what expense, man? You killing everything about the rap you killing everything about the game that I grew up loving.
Bro, to be honest with you though, and that's just, this is outside of music. People would do anything for money nowadays. Like you got men and women who will trade off they spouse, not just a girlfriend, will trade off their spouse to somebody else just for a couple, just, you know what I'm saying, for 10 bands.
But you know what happened with the music thing is that we started letting, and we didn't even start letting it, is that they always had it, but, and I don't want to sound like no racist, but we started letting other cultures run what we do. And what we made up and what we made and what we created. And when you start letting other people have it, it's just like when FUBU sold their brand to the other people.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Because the reason I wouldn't say that is because art
definitely 100% stand behind that, man.
Art doesn't.
You can't let somebody else come in your kitchen and make your fried chicken because they're not gonna make it the way you make it, bro.
They're not gonna make it the way I make it, but I guarantee you this much: Gordon Ramsay can probably make a real good fried chicken, probably better than anybody else. Art doesn't necessarily have a specific culture, if you will. Now you have cultures of people who do art in different ways, but then at the same time, there are so many different
but I'm
mediums.
not talking about the people with talent. The people that we not only did we let other cultures take over, it's other cultures, and then within that culture, it's the people that don't have no talent that's running the thing. So the people with no talent is signing the other people that don't have no talent because they don't know what real talent is because they never had none. They just dreamed about having it.
Well, that's that. Like
How can you sign somebody like Eminem? Like for example, the way things are going nowadays, somebody would sign the Island Boys before they would sign Eminem. Come on, bro.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Something ain't right with that.
Well,
Something just ain't right with that,
bro.
Bro.
These little rinky-dink people are popping up talking about they challenging Eminem, and he just looking at them like, really, it's not even worth my time.
It's not. It's not worth his time.
I get it, but like I said, man, I don't subscribe to the idea that art, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Worldwide, now there's a view of everything as ours, mine, this, that, and the other. When nothing is ours, we still got to go back to the creator, bro. God created us to all be creative. Now some people more creative.
But I don't mean it in that form.
Than
I don't
others.
mean it in that form.
Okay, I'm just trying to clean it up. That's all. Because it can't be just rap originated from black culture because it wasn't just black culture. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm not saying don't let nobody in. I'm saying there got to be some kind of fine line where you say, nah, you're trash. Go. This is not for you. Everything is not for everybody.
That's true. This same goes for
and we can't keep signing people like the Island Boys and then expect rap to be good. Where is it ever going to be good at? What you giving dudes like this deals? Or you
giving cats like Young Thug and some of these other ones deals, and they ain't talking about nothing.
Listen, I would listen to them before I listen to the Island Boys.
I ain't gonna listen to either one of them. I ain't gonna hold you because none of them are talented to me. So,
man, listen,
that's not talent. Getting up, everybody talking about the same thing over and over and over again.
No, but you know what? But at least
talent,
but at least they got rhythm with it, and at least you can bounce with theirs. With the Island Boys, you can't bounce to that. My Island Boy,
Nah, it's catchy.
Come on, man.
It's catchy.
At least with Young Thug and them, it's catchy.
I ain't talking about that. They stuff is catchy too, but I'm saying the whole Island Boy thing is an earworm, bro.
Nah.
It's an earworm. You don't admit it or don't. Admit it or don't. It's an earworm.
A bug. I don't know about a worm. It's a bug.
Well, still, I mean,
the kind of bug that make me want to throw up, man.
But you know as well as I do, if somebody in a room and one person started humming that rhythm, 8 other people going humming it too because it's an earworm.
I don't even know the rhythm you talking about. All I just know is
you know it because you just did it.
No, but I saw them on a talk thing and they were having a talk show and they were saying Island Boy, and they were in a pool or something like that. And I said, what? Like, really, dude? Like, yo, man, this gotta be a gimmick. It gotta be a joke. Like the whole thing gotta be a joke.
The state of hip hop. The state of secular hip hop is a joke anyway.
Dead.
Period.
Dead as to how we knew it.
Period.
Dead as to how we knew it.
Yeah, there's no real
artist. You still have people like Nipsey that was coming. You still have people like
Nipsey ain't here anymore. Who else?
There's some good ones out there right now. Like you said, Kendrick.
Kendrick and J. Cole are the only two that are valid at this point in time, and I don't even listen to them.
And they saying something. How about my man that what's the other dude name that he had the video and he had the little pop gun and he was shooting the president like he was shooting Donald Trump? What's my man name?
I don't know.
Good artist, man. He had his shirt off and he had Donald Trump sitting in a chair and he was walking around him like he was gonna shoot him with the pop gun or whatever.
I don't know.
But he be saying something too. Who's the other dude?
You talking about yeah. This is America. That dude.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then it's another guy. What's his name? He did a song with my song. I'm not white or I'm not proud. I'm something, man. And they talking about the racist. They talking about racism. I gotta find it.
I don't know. I'm beat, bro. I will stick to people who talk about stuff with substance in it, because
You ever hear of what's his name? Marlon Craft.
Mm-mm.
He got a song called Gang-ish, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the word ish.
Thank you,
but,
Rush.
know.
Childish Gambino.
There you go. There you go. Now my man is creative, man. That's what I'm like. New dudes like that, I can get with that. But all this other stuff, man, like that Island Boy thing, man. People should just. Is that a joke? Is it really a joke, or is that serious? No, I'm serious, man. That gotta be a joke, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought it was a joke too, and then
Right, it gotta be a joke, man.
But these days, that's all it takes. Just like if you're trying to go viral on something, you only got to do something stupid.
Rush, that was a good call. There you go, Childish Gambino. Now I only saw the video once or twice, but man, my man is. When I saw that, I said, "Now that's creative, man." And who's the guy? The other guy, man, Rush, the one. I'm not a racist.
Oh,
I'm not a racist.
Is that
Him and My Son did a song together, but he did one by himself, and then him and My Son did the remix.
I know who you're talking about.
I'm not a racist. And he got the white dude rapping it, but he's a black dude, but he got the white dude rapping his part, and he say, and you wanna blame Donald Trump for you not having a job and all of this, you know what I'm talking about? Dope song, man. Dope song. That's creativity, man. I'm gonna have to find it and put it in your inbox.
I'm gonna like I said, man, I'm gonna stick to these independent Christian hip hop artists that's really doing stuff, man. Like really talking about something, because at the end of the day,
no, that song was really talking about something. This guy I'm talking about.
There are 40 people, 40 artists who you can give a topic to, and they'll come up with 40 different ways to say the same thing. As compared to these secular artists who ain't really, they just doing what industry say do.
Joyner Lucas.
That's it. He called it. Rush just called
Joyner Lucas. Oh, did he? I didn't see it. Yeah, Joyner Lucas. Now that dude that's what I'm talking about. That's art. That's art. I don't care that it's secular or whatever. Even if it's secular, he giving you a message.
Joyner Lucas. I don't disagree with you on Joyner Lucas. My
man is tough, man. Now that's art. That's real art. And that's what needs to be done with Christian hip hop and spiritual hip hop. Just like what's our brother's name that used to come in with us? Rico used to say, man, just because you come in here and you make a song saying Jesus this, Jesus that, Jesus I'm gonna wear that hat, Jesus this, God, I'm gonna wear that Christian, I'm a Christian. Just because you say Christian and I'm saved and Jesus, man, you ain't saying nothing, bro. You just keep saying the same thing over and over.
I think that's where people
with a message.
I think that's where people got confused with Andy Mineo, and I'm gonna get to the next song in just a second, but I think that's where they got confused with Andy Mineo, and people got in their feelings when he said that Christian rap had a tendency to be corny, and it does.
Right.
Like me and my wife was talking about this. Me and my wife was talking about it.
It does.
We were talking about it last night because we listened to one song and I was like, "Babe, I don't know about this one."
Yeah.
And we don't even some of the songs that we get, we don't put everything in rotation, because sometimes you get stuff that's just so corny you can't really stand it. So
yeah, it's like Barney-ish, man. Like how corny are you gonna get, like, bro?
You can say Jesus is Lord, Savior, and Rabbi in as many songs as you want to, and how you want to, as long as you're not being like corny, like, you know what I'm saying, be creative enough to come up with cadences, with bars, with stanzas that mean something. Like I put a line in the song that said, "I bring the bars to places where other Christians will not." What does that mean to you?
That you're gonna say something different other than Jesus, God, and Christ.
See,
through your whole record,
you're
gonna come with a message.
Even so, I bring the bars to places where other Christians will not. Well, most Christians don't go into bars. Right. See what I'm saying?
I got you.
It's a play on words, but the way to really be creative and make a person think, like make somebody come back and listen to it twice and be like, wait a minute, what did he mean? I remember one time when I was 12, about 8 inches past 5'0", but didn't speak well. What am I talking about? What's the topic?
12,
the cops, right? 12,
Right.
508. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right, but
there's
But
ways
you know
to,
what? But you can't do that nowadays because it's gonna fly right over these dudes' heads because, like I said, everything is dumbed down. If you ain't speaking dumbly, I don't know if that's a word, but
ideology.
you just not hot. You're not the it thing if you're not saying bumblebee, bumble that. She gonna drop down to the ground and let her I don't want to say the word her booty
Yeah.
clap. If you ain't saying that and talking about syrup and mixing cough syrup with soda, you ain't saying nothing, man.
Right.
To these dudes nowadays.
Yeah. But
So
I feel like art, just like my English teacher when I was in ninth grade. Shout out to Miss Comer. I don't think her name is Comer anymore. But she said one thing to me, and I used it for everything else. She said, just because you're from Mississippi don't mean just because you're from the South doesn't mean you have to sound like you're from the South, right? So
right.
I turned around and took that and used it for everything else. Just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean that I have to make every single line as corny as possible because you're gonna still know what I'm talking about at the end of it.
Right.
Now I can be as creative as I want to be, and that's the reason why I say you can take 40 Christian hip hop artists, put them all in a room, give them a track, say here's the topic, go with it. All 40 of them will come up with some different way to say the same thing, and you won't know one song from the last one, right? Only except for the track. Now you take 5, and this is how simple this is. You take 5 secular artists, give them a topic, and I guarantee you're gonna hear the same words repeated over and over again. Curse this, curse that, money, cars, drugs, women.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna hear the same thing over and over again. Why? Because that doesn't take skill. I can do that too. I can sit here. I wrote half of a verse like that just to prove to somebody that I can. Then I turn around and flipped it back around. I said I can rap about money. That's nothing to me. I can talk about stuff I don't have. I can rap about status and social acceptance and whipping the bass in the trap. How I whipping the whip on the slab and how I got the stuff that you'll never have. How I'm richer than you think I'm bigger and basically glad to be rapping the trash. What did I do?
Dope.
But then at the end of that, I asked you a question. What does that all mean? Now, if we doing all of that, what does it mean? It means nothing if our soul isn't aligned with Christ, period. You know what I'm saying? So, because all we doing is feeding lies into more lies and just dropping, you know what I'm saying, and running people down and all that kind of stuff. Levi Mann said, but also a lot of Christian hip hop is just watered down Christianity. That's true. But that watered down Christianity is exactly what we mean by corny. That's corny. I don't personally listen to Andy Mineo anymore. I barely listen to Lecrae. The only person that came from that whole group that I listen to is KB. Why? Because KB is explicitly Christian. You know exactly what he means. He don't hide nothing. He talking about Christ, him alone. I don't know what Andy Mineo be talking about half the time. I don't know what Lecrae be talking about. 1K. I don't know what none of these cats be talking about. I love Derek Minor. Derek Minor has been one of my favorite artists for a long time. But that last album that he put out, I don't know what he's talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm the same way, Rush. He said I can't write about stuff I don't have. Now, that's why. But this is why I did the spiritual album that I did. I don't like to call it a Christian album. I like to call it a spiritual album, only because I have my own insight onto why I want to call it that. But I did make it for Christian people.
Hovey's okay.
I made it for godly people. I didn't just make it for Christian people, but more or less, yes. But I wanted to do that album to show people that you could do an album and not have a corny album, man.
True.
Like, and I know there's more people out there other than me, you know, like the people you name in Lecrae or whatever. I've never even listened to those guys before I did that album. I never listened to a Christian hip hop album before I did this album. I did that album based on my own experiences, and my mother was a minister, you know. But you know what they say, the ministers' kids be the worst. I went to prison I was in prison several times for several years. You know, when I was 19 years old, I was in a cell with people that had 130 years for killing 2 or 3 people. You know,
oh, yeah.
and they had already been down for 20 years. You know. So
Yeah.
me as a kid going into that, so even when I do my secular, I talk about things that I lived and that I lived through and that I made it through. There was a time when I did secular and it was all about, I'm so hard and I'm so this and I gun. And even with that, I carried the guns. So I wasn't talking about nothing that I didn't live, but there's a lot of people that just don't talk about things that they don't live. And now I get it. That wasn't, even though it was cool, to me, it wasn't cool, but to me back then, it was cool to me back then. Now I know how to flex it to where when I do secular music, if I choose to go that route, it's just because I want to talk ish that day. But most of the time, and most of the album is going to be about stories that I've lived through and went through, like me losing my apartment and sleeping in a car in the freezing winter when it was 5 feet of snow outside, and me having to sell drugs to live through that because nobody will hire me at the time. Whatever.
Right.
It would always be about something that I lived through. So I never was like I've heard Nas be rapping about how he was in jail, how he took 5 shots like Tupac and this and that. And he never went through that. If you notice when Tupac said, this little such and like Nas, think he rhymed like me, talking about he left the hospital, took 5 like me. You live in fantasies, I reject it, reposit, But he was right. Nas is just a storyteller. And that's cool if that's what you want to be and you're a good rapper and you tell stories. But for me, I gotta talk about stuff that I lived through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
that I actually lived through. I'm not gonna tell you I jumped off a building when I just actually ran down the stairs.
Rush said.
You know what I'm saying?
Rush said that's why I label my music as God's music, because that's what he puts in me. That's how I am, Rush. I'm a pew baby, bro. I was born and raised in church. I had my little moment where I went out and kind of did my own thing. I ain't go crazy, because the one thing about being a pew baby is that scripture. So some stuff I just didn't do. I've never drank alcohol knowingly in my life. I've never smoked a cigarette. So I don't know what it's like to be high or drunk like that on purpose. You understand what I mean? So some stuff I stayed away from. But at the same time, when I write music, my music is generated not necessarily for the streets, because that's not where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? I can do that if I want to, which is the reason why I did that, because the reason I wrote that verse in the first place was because a friend of mine is not a Christian. I've been knowing these dudes for like 15 years. He was like, Jay, you can rap, man. You really can rap. You could probably really make it in the hip hop industry if you would just do something. Have you ever tried to do anything like that? And I'm like, no, because it's too easy. And he was like, prove it. I said, all right, cool. Just so happened we had a song that was coming out, me and my brother Jay Watt, called I'ma Do Me. And I'm like, okay, I tell you what, I'll flex out on this song. You know how long it took me to write that? 5 minutes.
I believe it.
It took me 5 minutes. And then I had to go back on the back end of it, and I'm like, okay, now that I'm done with that, my next 8 bars, let me finish saying what I'm saying and turn it around and clean it up. So when I sent it to him, he was like, man, bro, this is good. I'm like, I told you that takes no talent. It's no skill. So when it comes to what we do as Christian hip hop artists, whether you label it that or not, we got a call. The same call that we all have to reach out to the world, to spread the gospel to the world, to those people who don't know Christ, who won't know Christ. You got to take that serious enough that when you start doing music, you put that in that music. You have to know what lane you belong in, what calling God gave you. If you got a call for evangelism to be in the streets and in all these different places, go there. But at the same time, take something that's excellent. Don't take no corny mess. Don't nobody want to hear because I promise you this much. The same way I am, same way we are with these review shows. If y'all go back and look at some of the previous shows, when we start laughing because somebody sent something and we like, it's not laughing because we making fun of you, laughing in disbelief. Like, I can't believe you think this is good. Like, no, this is not. This is not good at all. And I've had people who personally approach me on the inbox. I'm not going to call their names, but approach me in the inbox and be like, bro, I didn't appreciate how y'all did the review. You sent the music in. What did you expect? You know what I'm saying? So I get into a conversation and I'm like,
we're gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh sometime.
I believe in you. I believe you when you say that God gave you a gift to do this. At the same time, though, that he gave you that gift, same parable about the what was it, the lamps, right? Or the talents. Same parable about the talents. That parable was not for that parable was for people who have gifts. The one person who had the one gift buried it and didn't cultivate it. He didn't do nothing with it, so he wasn't received. The other ones who received 2 talents multiplied it, turned it into 4. Other one turned it into 6 from 3, because they were going out and cultivating those talents, cultivating those skills, and turning around and making it something better than what it was. So when the king came back to get it, then he's like, oh, this is what you did. In other words, he made an investment in each one of them. And when he came back, he was looking for a return on that investment. God turned around and made an investment in you as an artist. So if God made an investment in you, why would you not cultivate it? Why would you not study it? I'm going to tell you why. 5-letter word, pride. Pride is also the same reason why we can't work together as being Christian hip hop artists either, because we got to compete with each other. For what? All of us on the same mission. We're supposed to be doing the same thing, reaching out to the world. Why can't we work together? And then we let small things like, oh, well, I at least need to get paid for my time. We let small things like that keep us from working together. If I sit down in the studio because somebody reached out to me about a feature, and I got to now sit down and take time to do this. Time costs money. Time is the one thing that you make an investment in, that if you don't do nothing with it, you can't get it back.
Yeah.
It's the one thing you pay for that you can't get a return on. So at least pay people for their time, man. Don't think that just because people doing stuff because we doing it for Christ, we're supposed to be doing it for free. No. Freely given is free. What's freely received is freely given. You have a free platform right here. Now freely turn around and give something back to it. You understand what I mean? I'm not saying that in this particular sense, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? God gave you the gift for free. Cultivate it, make it grow, turn it into something important, and then use it for his glory and for his kingdom. God gives the glory. You plant the seed, he gives the increase. But you ain't planting no seeds if it's not done in excellence. I promise you.
Right.
All right. Now that I'm off my soapbox, I appreciate that.
But if you sing your music in and you sound like the Island Boys, I'm gonna laugh. I'm telling you right now. I'm not just being real with you, man. I ain't even gonna laugh. I'm gonna
Measy, what's up with you?
I don't know what to be with that.
Yeah. Levi Mann said that's why my music is more country sounding, because I'm just a big white boy from the country. That's cool. That's cool.
Hey,
Levi.
man. Hey, I'd rather you be real and say that
Facts.
than to come out and trying to be something that you're not.
Right. Slugged up with do-rag on and the jersey in the epitome of what is it? The epitome of what a stereotype is.
Right. Knowing good and well you came from
That ain't
where
true.
they had you came from where they had pointy cowboy boots on, but now you got on Timbs and a fitted, and you the hardest thing on the planet.
I'm not a hood dude either. I promise you that much. I'm a country boy myself,
man, listen,
bro.
You don't want to be no hood dude,
This
bro.
the kind of stuff that I like.
Be no hood dude,
I'm a whole nerd, bro. I put lines with anime stuff in there, and people don't even be knowing what I'm talking about, so I had to explain it to them.
my best friend, man. Me and my best friend went through something. I'm gonna make this short because I want to get back to some music. But me and my best friend, we went through something when we was young, man, and I was almost caught up in a charge that you don't never want to be caught up in, bro. And my best friend ended up doing 13 years off of 19 for that charge. Somebody lost their life over that, and you never heard me. Even if you listen to my secular stuff, you never heard me talk about that particular situation, because nowadays rappers, they want to be so quote unquote real that when something happened and somebody lose their life, they make records about that. But I could never do that because I know that man got a family. He got people that care about him. So for me to come out and exploit his death, you know, because he was my opposition, and he ended up dying, you know, which easily could have been me, easily could have been my friend. It could have been anybody, but you know, one of the other team ended up dying, you know, and you don't want to be, man, listen, man, when they start talking about football numbers to you, bro, you don't want to be a part of that, brother. I'm telling you. My boy, he's a minister now, Minister Lee McLean on Facebook. He's my friend. Ask him. If you don't believe me, ask him. But they tried to give me conspiracy for that. Conspiracy for, I don't even like to say the word. Conspiracy to, somebody dying. Put it like that. And I got off of it. I got off of it because they figured out that, and the only reason they was trying to give me conspiracy is because they said I was the one who bought all the guns. Now, looking in hindsight, I can, in the case and everything is done and statute of limitation, whatever, I was, but they couldn't prove that. But when you get caught up in that type of thing, they don't care if they can prove it. They just want to put 2, 3, 4, and 5 black people away at one time.
Right.
So man, you don't want to be it's a good thing you was a square, man. I wish I was the square. I'm serious. I would have avoided a lot of jail time.
Yeah.
3 different times, man. I gave, man, the first time I was 19 years old, I did 19 months. The second time I did 30 months. The third time I did 42 months. You don't want to give your life, and then that's not even including the times I was on probation and parole for years and years in the street, giving somebody my life, having to go pee in a cup, having the people knock on your door once a month, coming to see where you live at and how you live. You don't want to do that, man. You don't want to be like no animal, man. Somebody got a chain around your neck all the time in your life, man. I'm telling you, man, it's not a way to live, man, being locked in a cell 23 hours a day. They call it 23 and 1. You come out for 1 hour to use the phone and shower and then play a little couple games of cards, and then you back in a cell. And then some days you don't even come out when the jail go on lockdown. You don't shower for 3 days, 4 days. They bring the food right to your cell, old rotten fruits and
That's terrible.
Man, come on. Bro, let me tell you something, bro. I've been in the pits of hell, man. You don't want to be in them pits of hell, brother, trying to be hard and trying to be something that you're not.
Yeah,
I was never that. I was a smart kid. I should have went to college. I should have been in the pros playing NBA ball. I was nice. I was in the newspaper every week. But I started, following them streets, man. And I'm telling you, man, if ain't nobody if you don't want to listen to my testimony, then that means you're going to have to go through it for yourself. Because if you don't listen to me when I went through it, you ain't going to listen to nobody. You ain't going to listen to your mother and father. I'm living example.
Passionate, boy.
I'm telling you, I made it through, and it was by the grace of God. And that's why I'm glad I'm here to tell you this, because I may not be the most eloquent speaker, and sometimes I may slip up with a little word or two out my mouth that may not be, politically correct for what platform I may be on. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give it to you the real way, man. I ain't going to give it to you the fake way, man. Stood in front of many judges, man. I had many gavels come down and lost many years of my life sitting in a cell made for a huge dog.
But God, man. But God.
Yes, sir.
Man, look. Don't get me excited listening to you tell your testimony and how God bring you out. So I'm before I get too excited. Cause I'll start hollering. So, look,
Amen,
the key to it all, when it come down to it, only Jesus can save people. But at the same time that Jesus can save, we have to be obedient enough to do what he requests for us to do as well, in boldness,
Amen.
in excellence, not just throwing up garbage. It's got to be done right. If you don't do
Amen.
it, if you don't do it and do it in excellence, don't do it at all.
Amen.
Take your time, because the music is gonna be there. Take your time, learn from people.
Right, and the show is gonna be here. We're gonna be here, so you don't have to. If you only got one verse and a hook, you don't have to be like, I gotta hurry up and get it on there this week. Just take your time, come back the next week, come with a full song, man.
Yeah, because I ain't going nowhere no time soon. So.
Right, we hope not. Anyway, we know that.
My time came and is gone, thanks to the glory of God. Okay. And a miracle in my life with this cancer. So,
right. Amen.
Now, what is it? I think in a week, will mark the 1 year anniversary of when I was initially diagnosed with cancer, and glory be to God for how He healed it, worked a miracle, man. And by the time they called it, it was at stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Wow.
So I was pretty much almost done. Didn't even know.
Yeah.
But God had a plan. And that plan was not
Amen.
for me to go nowhere right now. So
Amen. Amen.
so man, it's Rush said, "Now this is church. This is what you call church." You're right.
Amen.
Exactly.
Man. Amen, brother.
We all got, but like I said, man, we all got a job to do, and that's what we. If you're not doing that job in excellence, don't do it. Just take your time or sit down, because it is trendy right now. The hip hop sound, I'll say, is trendy, because now it's 808s and everything. You got country music with 808s in it, and they mixing trap and country. You got gospel worship songs with trap with trap elements, with Ty Tribbett, for example. And now you have even Christian contemporary music with hip hop elements in it. Why? Because it's trendy. Just because it's trendy doesn't mean that it's for everybody to jump onto the trend. I haven't heard Matt Redman, Stephen Curtis Chapman, none of these people jumping in and trying to rap in their songs, because they know that ain't their lane. So I don't even know how I would feel about hearing Stephen Curtis Chapman rapping a song, bro. Or Natalie Grant bust out and throw out a 16. I wouldn't know how to feel to hear Tasha Cobbs do it. You know, I just, some stuff is not for everybody. So you got to know your lane. You got to stick to that.
Like I said, man, everything is not for everybody.
Right. I can't sing like Rush. But
let's try to get some music in, man.
I was just gonna say that, but speaking of which, I do got
I'm gonna give it another hour. I said I would be for an hour, but I'm gonna give it another, since we talked. And I got to get so passionate. I want to let you guys know, man. Hey, man, I'm not no gangster. I ain't no thug. I never really was. I just always followed the wrong path, man. That's all. And wanting to be something that you're not, man, you'll end up, man, with a bullet in your chest or your head, or you'll end up with 40 years in jail for putting a bullet in somebody, or something that you didn't even really have to be in, but because you wanted to prove that you could be so hard and so gangster. And, I'm that dude. I'm that N-word. I'm that, I'm the SH. I'm the ish. Man, you ain't got to prove nothing to nobody, man. Right. God is real. God is good. Man, I met the woman of my dreams. I love her. We just bought a house. We just got a brand new 2022 whip today.
Saw that. I saw that.
So it's God is real, man. And even if I don't acknowledge God as much as I should, but I do. When I do think about him, I pray and say thank you for what he brought me through and what he gave me. So. And I just don't want to see y'all go through it, man. And I know most of y'all here, y'all not here because y'all want to be thugs. Y'all here because y'all want to do this Christian hip hop. But I want to hear the best Christian hip hop from y'all. So that's why I be so hard, man. Because I'm in both worlds. I still do secular rap. So I do rap, period. I do whatever it is. If it was Jewish rap and I wanted to do it, I'll do it. Quote unquote Jewish rap. I'm not mocking nobody or making fun. I'm just saying, if it was a such thing as something called Jewish rap and I felt like I wanted to do it, I would do it. Because I'm a rapper. I don't confine myself to one box. I'm a storyteller. I'm a rapper. I'm an artist more than a rapper.
Yeah. So. Levi, man, I'm from Mississippi, and A-Dubs is from Connecticut by way of Florida.
15 minutes away from I'm from Florida by way of Connecticut.
Okay, yeah, something like that.
But I'm born and raised in Connecticut, man. 15 minutes away from the Bronx, where hip hop started. So I'm from southern New England, which is, the southern part of Connecticut, which is on the borderline of New York. So the Bronx, Harlem, Manhattan, I'm right there. I ran in the streets of the Bronx, Harlem, all around Spanish Harlem, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Jersey, the tri-state area, man.
Somebody asked earlier, who was that? On YouTube, just son. If you wanna, you can send the video, but just make sure it's music that glorifies Christ. I will not play it if it's not. All right. So let's get back to the music.
Yes,
Let me
sir.
hit this button right quick. Boom. All right. Speaking of Rush, I was supposed to play this earlier this week, and I didn't get the chance to, so I still haven't even heard it yet. Rush sent me 2 songs, but I'm only gonna play one of them, Victory.
He always got fired.
I know he does. When we start talking about doing stuff in excellence, that's why I was trying to segue over back to the music, but it wasn't time yet, so had to follow the flow of the spirit, man. All right, so let's get back into it. This is Rush and Victory.
Yo, True. I gotta get into this zone. Rush. I used to let that pressure get to me, look what it got. Say yeah. God gave me the victory and now you see the God got it. I used to let that pressure get to me, look what it got. Devil smiling in my face, but I'm covered in God's grace. And I ain't gon' never let nobody touch my soul, I'ma follow God. Gave me the victory and now you see the God in me. I used to let that pressure get to me, look what it got. Devil smiling in my face, but I'm covered in God's grace. And I ain't gon' never let nobody touch my soul, I'ma follow God. Gave me the victory and now you see the God in me. 65, I'm by serving God, young but let his love shine through. I see the devil lurking and he looking at his watch too. It's time to take a soul and I never let him get it. As long as God is seated on the throne, he ain't win. I'm in my God zone, full of focus, trying to live what God spoke. I never bash another just to call myself hope. God is on time, he's so prime, never let the devil shake you. Been down this road so many times, can't let it turn to sign my faith. Put it in God's hands, I let him shape it. He's the potter, I'm the clay, the road is straight, no detours taken. No left turns, no right turns, no U-turns, no braking. All gas on the narrow road, highway to heaven. They say pressure bust pipes, but I'm not worried about the outcome. God holds my future coming from where I'm from. Never smile in your face everywhere that you go. See, as long as God the head, they don't want no smoke. I used to let the pressure get to me, look what it got. Devil smiling in my face, but I'm covered in God's grace. And I ain't gon' never let nobody touch my soul, I'ma follow God. Gave me the victory and now you see the God in me. I used to let that pressure get to me, look what it got. Devil smiling in my face, but I'm covered in God's grace. And I ain't gon' never let nobody touch my soul, I'ma follow God. Gave me the victory and now you see the God in me. Look at me in their eyes cause I'm adamant, Jesus Christ is our advocate. To conquer your flesh, you gotta let your spirit loose. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, Christ will be also. I dare you call yourself God. That's a no-go. I ain't no preacher, I ain't no saint, I ain't no pope, I ain't no prophet. But God gave me the victory and I know that he inside me. Spiritually grounded, worship in spirit and truth. My belief is through the roof and ain't no going in, no halfway. Jesus is the only way, ain't no way around it, ain't no power above it. Lift your hands if you love it, lean not to your own understanding, but live by the faith that God has granted. And if I throw it to the universe, it might float around. Holy Spirit, our Redeemer, God holding it down. God is the peace, and will always be. He's the great I am, Elohim, Yahweh is the truth.
All right. Yeah, of course. I think it was him. I don't think he's gonna submit for his nephew. I mean, unless he is. But no, I think it was him.
Rush, that was you rapping?
I like that. The only thing I would say is that I would have cut back a little bit on the reverb.
Yeah, that's a singer thing.
It was a little bit too much reverb for me for a rap for a rap part. But the song was dope. So
here's a little trick about reverb, y'all. If you're singing is one thing.
Don't use too much of it.
Right. If you're singing is one thing. That's why I said that's a singer thing, I think. If you're singing is one thing because you need something to carry your vocal over into the next line to fill it up.
To fill that space.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you rapping, it's a lot more words. So
right.
The wetter your reverb is, the more murky that sounds. So now everything that you're saying, and it's like this last little bit that's like just barely running over. What happens when you spill a little bit over and then you keep pouring and keep spilling out, right? It's not gonna go down, right. It's just gonna keep spilling out. So I love metaphors and analogies, by the way, if y'all ain't figured that out by now. But that's what I mean. So like, dial it back. I'm gonna give you a 9.
I'm gonna give you an 8. That reverb was killing me.
It does be tough, boy.
The reverb was killing me, but the song was tough. I really liked it. I'll give you an 8.5. To be honest with you. So that 1.5 came off because of that reverb for me, anyway. I've never been a big fan of reverb. Even with singers, I do it to a point where you couldn't even hear it as much as it was in there right now. I don't like reverb at all. I noticed that Andrew Shep said he don't like a lot of reverb either. He doesn't use a lot of reverb either. Reverb has died down in a way.
Yeah, most people use
through the years though. It used to be big back in the 80s.
Most people use a light delay now.
Yeah. Well, no, reverb is good to use. You know what I do now that I don't have this room treated yet? I let the room be my reverb.
Yeah. And in this little space that I'm sitting in right now, because of this backdrop back here, it shrinks my bedroom. So right. If I was to, you can leave out, man. Long as it's Christian, but yes. Does not have to be rap, by the way. So we are we have a wide spectrum. But shrinking the room down sometimes will help too. There's a such thing as over insulation, and when people record in closets, a lot of times, especially when it's closets with a lot of clothes in it, you don't have anywhere for the sound to travel. You want the sound to travel some. You want it to travel some. Don't nuke it all out, because if you nuke it all out, then you're gonna have still gonna have an over compression.
That's like you see people that have this room and they have $1 million worth of foam in the room covering every inch of the room. It's not good. No. They think they're doing something good, but it's not good. You got to break that foam up. You got to put a piece here, then leave a space open, then put another piece, then leave a space open, then put another piece, and leave it. You can't pad out the whole room because you're just killing everything. Only
other way that works, and even so, it probably still doesn't necessarily work. But the only way that really works is if you have a hardwood floor in that room where you putting all that pad in it, because the sound can just travel down, but it has to have something to bounce off of. Only thing that you're doing when you're putting up soundproof panels is letting it bounce off the wall and into something else so that it dies out about as quick as it goes in. So, but it still needs to travel.
It needs to travel around. Yep.
Yeah. All right, Jay Meezy.
I actually had a thing. I'm gonna send it to your inbox after where they tell you that booths are a bad thing. Small recording booths are a bad thing. You want to record in an open room, but you want to have that room treated, and you want to place your mic. It has to be, mic placement is very important. But yeah, let's hear Jay Meezy. Let's get on.
All right, Stanfield Beats. I'm gonna answer your question. I prefer that people don't send links, but if you have to because you don't have MP3s, then that's fine. As long as this music glorifies Christ, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe all of the above, and share the live. All right, let's get into it. This is Jay Meezy. Been waiting. Anthony Sullivan and Levi Mansag, very good advice, and good advice on acoustics. All right, glory to God, Jay Meezy.
Know and believe me and understand that I am He. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. I, even I, am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior.
I've been on fire for the Lord, no lies. So the last 8 years been different. Gotta kill a giant like David and Goliath, and I only need to rock that spirit. He said it was finished, he did what we did. He was weak in the flesh, but the spirit was willing. He came to the earth when the virgin gave birth, and he came to come bring us the kingdom. Glory to God, it's worthy of praise. The only one found that can open the scroll. Satan be lying, he think he a line. He coming for Zion, when I see him I'm fine. Through in the word, I don't need to see signs. Taking thoughts captive that be in the mind. Submit them to Jesus and murder the demons. I'm covered in blood, I don't worry about lesions. Jesus is king and Satan defeated. The blood of the lamb, so that we need it. He's truly the savior, so who could have saved us? The only one worthy to do it was Jesus. So I'm praising you, Lord. Everything about me is yours. Give you my life and my sword, my family yours. I just won't be with you, Lord. I will serve no other gods. I've been on fire for the Lord, no lies. So the last 8 years been different. Gotta kill a giant like David and Goliath, and I only need to rock that spirit. He said it was finished, he did what we didn't. He was weak in the flesh, but the spirit was willing. He came to the earth when the virgin gave birth, and he came to come bring us the kingdom. Glory to God, oh, oh, glory to God, oh, oh, glory to God, glory to God, glory to God, oh, oh, glory to God, oh, oh, glory to God, oh, oh, glory to God, glory to God, glory to God, oh, oh. I've been on fire for the Lord, no lies. So the last 8 years been different. Gotta kill a giant like David and Goliath, and I only need to rock that spirit. He said it was finished, he did what we didn't. He was weak in the flesh, but the spirit was willing. He came to the earth when the virgin gave birth, and he came to come bring us the kingdom. Glory to God.
Hold on.
Wait,
I'm just plugging back in.
That's fine.
I missed what you said. Did you say anything?
No, not yet. I had to remember to turn my mic back on. All right, so I don't know what that was. I was sold. I was bought in. I'm like, okay, this is a good 9. And then whatever that was, glory to God, whatever that was, didn't seem like it fit. I was trying to find trying to place to make it fit, but it didn't. I don't know. That didn't work to me. I feel like you got a much better song without that part.
Was it one verse and then that part? It was one verse and
I
then
think
that
so.
part, and it never came back to another verse, right?
Yes.
Because I know they probably gonna say, "Well, you were listening to it, don't you know?"
Here he go again. It's another one with only one verse.
No, but what happened with me was that when I unplugged it, I unplugged it on that part that you said you don't like it, because I was gonna go back to the phone and then try to hear the second verse. And when I came back, you was talking again. So I'm like, are we going to a new trend, people? Like, do we just do one verse and a hook nowadays, or because that song right there?
Oh, he said it's a cipher, so it was just one verse. It was one verse for a cipher.
That song was bananas, man. If you would have just came back and did a second verse to it.
I'm curious to hear the rest of the cipher.
I don't know if I liked that part that he said that he didn't like, but the thing that was killing me, and I mean it was killing me like somebody was stabbing me with a butter knife over and over and over, as hard as like King Kong was stabbing me with a butter knife. You need a de-esser, bro. Y'all gotta learn how to use them de-essers, man. Them S's, man, it sounded like you was from the pits of a snake pit with them. That's all I kept hearing, man. Them S's was so hard. That's part of the reason I unplugged from my computer and plugged back in the phone so that I could hear it lower. Because the louder I listened to it, the worse them S's were. It was killing me.
I can hear that New York boy.
Man, that song, my man was killing them bars, man. He tough, yo. I like my man. I was saying to myself, I wish I could mix this song. I want to hear. And then I went back to listen to the second verse, and you was talking, and I said, man, really?
I want to hear the rest of the cipher, bro.
I want to finish the song. I don't think nobody can do the cipher as tough as he was brought his verse.
That's why I want to hear the rest of it. It's so funny. It's so funny when you hear people on ciphers, bro, and you got that one person in there, like everybody else is like, okay, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, right.
And then you got that one person in there, you're like, oh no.
Yeah, but for me, I don't even have to hear the rest of them. He does it for me every time I hear his verses, but it's like, man, I'll just be disappointed because I'll be wanting to hear more, and then it just don't be there, man. Like, I don't get it, man. We should make a rule: no submitting one version of Hook no more. Submit. We want to hear songs, man. That's the only way we're gonna push each other to our limits, man. You know.
Jay Meezy, the de-esser, you literally can just turn it on and kind of mess with it, bro. It's it'll help you out a lot, though.
Did he ask about it? He asked about it.
Yeah. He said he needs to learn about it because he seen the plug-in, but he don't know.
No. Let me help you with that. What? Ask him what. Well, I guess I could see. Let me see.
You can ask him because he can hear you too.
No, but I can see. Yeah, but I can see. I was thinking I couldn't see. I could see the comments on my computer. What program do you use to record in?
FL.
And I'm gonna tell you. Oh, he does?
No, I'm just guessing.
All right, let me see what he say.
FL is very common these days.
So it should work in the plug-in. I'm gonna tell him to get it's 64-bit. Whatever DAW you have, it has to be able to accept 64-bit.
Oh yeah, I can tell you caught that one. He said he recorded the vocals low this time.
No, it don't have nothing to do with recording the vocals low.
No, I'm just saying the last time he was peaking. The last couple of times he was already peaking out.
Yeah, well, the lower that you go in, the cleaner sound you're gonna get coming out. So you want to go in low.
He said Pro Tools.
But that don't have nothing to do with the de-esser. What version of Pro Tools do you have? Because the plugin that I'm gonna tell you to get, it doesn't go into my Pro Tools because Pro Tools 9 only accepted certain plugins. Are you on a newer Pro Tools?
He said it's a demo. It's probably one of the newer ones.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna tell you to try to look into the Sheps Omnichannel. That's SCHEPS. Sheps, as in Andrew Sheps Omnichannel, and they have a de-esser on it. It's a modular thing. It's just like a lunchbox, like when you buy a hardware lunchbox and you can put the modules in whatever order you want to put it in. Well, you can arrange those modules to be in the order that you want them to. And they only engage when you turn them on. So if you only use one of the modules, it's only going to use that much CPU.
What's it called again?
Sheps. S as in Sam, C as in Charlie, H as in Harry.
Oh, I got it.
EPS, the Sheps Omnichannel. So that's a whole channel strip for vocals. Now what I would do if I was somebody and I didn't have a hardware mic preamp like I have, what I would do is I would spend $29 on the Black Rooster V as in Victor, V Pre, P-R-E, V Pre 73. That's a software version emulation of a microphone preamp from Black Rooster. It's called V Pre 73. You hook that up, and then you hook the Sheps Omnichannel up to, you chain that behind that, and then that's your whole vocal channel right there. And it has 2 de-essers on that Sheps Omnichannel. All you got to do is turn it to 8K, and then turn the threshold backwards, counterclockwise, and then start going, and you'll see the. Oh man, I have to put the. Have you ever watched any Sheps Omnichannel like promotions?
Oh my! Look how long that link is. It's dumb.
I'm gonna put it in your inbox. I'm gonna put the Sheps Omnichannel so that you can see what Andrew did with it.
Thank you.
And if you guys don't get that, just get a regular de-esser. I can't tell you about a regular. I use the Sheps Omnichannel for everything.
See whiz.
Unless I'm recording in Pro Tools.
I tried to post a short link in
of the Sheps Omnichannel.
Yeah, it's like $35 on $35.99 on Sweet.
Yeah, right. And y'all are getting a deal because I paid $99 for mine.
It's on clearance.
Yeah, I paid $99 for mine when I bought it.
Bishop Wall in the house. You better listen.
That's the best one-stop shop plugin that you're gonna find anywhere on the market. And then all you need with that, if you want to run a vocal chain, the best vocal chain you can do is run a V Pre 73 from Black Rooster, and then chain that Chef's Omni channel behind it, and it's modular. You can put the, oh man, you guys just gotta go check it out.
Sorry guys, I wanted to share the link, but
you gotta be an engineer to understand that.
for some reason the link is really long.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I won't be doing that. But all right, I got, who is this? LCM, Levi Man. I am LCM. Letters in Red. This is his song.
I wonder if I could show. Let me see. Can you guys see that? You probably can't see that screen. Yeah, you can't see that.
I might can.
It's cool. I was gonna try to show him on my screen what it looks like.
Not a problem. He said he'll watch it back and get the details correct. All right, sounds good. All right, up next, let me do this Letters in Red. A-Dubs, let me know when you throw the thumbs up when you're ready, and I'll hit the play button.
I'm ready.
All right.
When I'm running in the night and I can't see the light and I don't know where to go, I just get my feet to God and He shows me where to walk to get out of these crossroads. And when the devil talks back and tries to attack, I just grab him by his head and I take out my sword. That's the word of the Lord, and I speak those letters in red, those letters in red. Daddy taught me to never back down. Mama taught me to say my prayers. I grew up on a stand firm faith. That's why I know my God's always there. I never talk back, I just walk forward. I'm not a perfect man, that's why I praise the Lord. Because it wasn't me that got me out the woods, it was the only one that I know who could. A lost soul on a broken road, I had a new life to choose. So you better tell the devil step back when the Lord turns me loose. When I'm running in the night and I can't see the light and I don't know where to go, I just get my feet to God and He shows me where to walk to get out of these crossroads. And when the devil talks back and tries to attack, I just grab him by his head and I take out my sword. That's the word of the Lord, and I speak those letters in red, those letters in red. Grandpa said the day that he died, loved God with all he had, and he passed that dream down to me. That's why I praise Him with all I have. I tried to run away, but I don't run today. I'm walking by His side, by side. And I was all astray until He took it away from the thief in the night. These streets got a story to tell in every mile that they've been, but every mile had a lesson that I learned, and I'm never going back again. When I'm running in the night and I can't see the light and I don't know where to go, I just get my feet to God and He shows me where to walk to get out of these crossroads. And when the devil talks back and tries to attack, I just grab him by his head and I take out my sword. That's the word of the Lord, and I speak those letters in red, those letters in red. Those letters in red.
Whew.
Yes, sir.
I'm a fan.
Me too.
I'm a fan. Listen, let me do this. Let me do this. I feel like you deserve this.
Yeah, I was waiting on it, man.
I was listening.
I was waiting on it, man. I don't have my microphone, man. I'm gonna give that the highest rating that I'm gonna give it tonight. Which is I'm gonna give it a 9.5 and
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why I took away the half a point.
Okay.
Only because I wanted to mix it, and I feel like no. Let me stop. No, no. I just felt that it could have been a little more compressed. I feel like the vocal could have sat a little more down into the music. So just like I'm talking about, man, maybe a decibel and a half more of compression, and that decibel and a half took away that extra half a point that I would have gave him for a 10. Other than that, I loved it. It was different. It wasn't. It didn't sound incomplete. It was nice, man. Nice. I liked it.
Yes.
Very creative, different flow, different style.
You have
nice.
Levi. You have an engineer, or do you do these on your own? This is the reason that I'm going to tell you why I'm asking that in just a second when you answer the question.
Man, there's a compressor that I would have put on there as the last thing that I did to that. Even after everything was all done, before he mastered it, I would have threw this compressor on. It's called MJUC Junior. MJUC Junior from a company called Klanghelm. 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 And man, I would have compressed that down another decibel and a half, and it would have sat beautiful in the music, man. I would have put it on automatic and then crushed it down a little bit, and it would have thickened up the vocal a little bit and sat it back down in the music a little more. But man, not a bad job at all, though.
Not at all.
On the engineering part, not a bad job at all.
So the one thing, and it sounds like your engineer may just have missed it. Sometimes when you're doing engineering work, we have a tendency to listen to it too much, right?
No, maybe that he didn't miss it. It might not have been that. It might have been that. It might have been that, just like you just said, he might have listened to it a little bit too much. I don't think he
he favored the vocal is what I'm saying. He favored the vocal more than the music, and that's okay because some engineers do that.
Right.
But
right.
You
It's
can
subjective.
tell. Yeah, that's subjective. You can tell he kind of favored your vocal over the music. That's not a bad thing, but can become a bad thing. The reason is because if somebody's listening in their car, your vocal's gonna stick out way ahead of the music. I don't think it was too far. It was just, and I mean it's so small. It's just this is literally
it was
nitpicky
small.
stuff.
Yeah, that's small.
Nitpicky.
I'm
stuff.
being anal. I'm being the engineer that I like to be.
He's being anal. He said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an OCD thing. True enough. So, but this one I'm almost tempted to give the song of the night to, because we had the 2-hour mark anyway. I'm gonna do one more song and then we'll wrap it up. But
and I'm sorry, y'all can blame me. I ran my mouth this week.
Well, we both did, but that's something when you passionate about something, man, that happens. Just to be real. I mean,
next week I'm gonna be totally silent just so that y'all can get all of the songs you want to get in. You know.
While I got y'all here though, don't forget about the Must Be Heard radio show tomorrow. That's gonna be a really good show. Me and my wife back again. Dynamic duo with a couple of guests and a topic that you don't want to miss. So, same place, because you'll come back here. Y'all, if you have subscribed already and turn on post notifications, you'll see it as soon as we go live.
Wait, who did he say engineered that song? I'm stuck on that song.
He had an engineer do it. He had somebody else do it.
Oh man, I would like to put my spin on that one. I would like to have that, just because it's almost a different genre too. Like it still falls in our category, but I would like to do it. I would like to just have something to do this week.
I don't know that it falls in our category, to be honest, bro. Like I don't know that it falls in Christian hip hop. I feel like it falls more into like
something different, right?
Yeah, it's something else. It's something of its own.
Yeah, but I would love to mix that. I want to get into mixing different stuff, man. That's
trap country.
I'm tired of mixing just the stuff I've been mixing.
Sick of these rappers.
No, I don't want to say that though. you know, I'm almost there, but I'm not. I still have faith that somebody gonna be, blow me out the water one day and just keep doing it. My man blows me out the water. What's his name? Jay Measy blows me out the water. I need to hear completeness. A lot of you guys do. You make me.
God Twain.
Yeah, you get the hair up on my arms, but then, man, it's just don't be a complete song, man.
He said
that's
the
disappointing part.
They call it God Twain.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I like that. I would like to mix that. If you could get me the stems, send me the wave stems of the. I don't need all of the I don't need all of the instruments separated. You can keep the music together. Just send me all of the vocal stems separate, and you can send the music stem how it was, and I'll put a spin on it for you. See if you like my mix. It's aperson1211@gmail.com. aperson1211@gmail.com, and you can send the stems through WeTransfer.com. Put them in a folder and label them. Make sure you label lead vocal, background vocal, ad lib 1, ad lib 2, if you want to.
Jay Measy said, when layering the plug-in, where should I place the de-esser, before or after compression?
When layering the plug-in, let me see. Let me read this. When I'm layering the plugins, where should I? All right. So if you're doing a vocal chain, and you need your vocal chain should always consist of whatever it's going to consist of in hardware form. So, for me, my vocal chain consists of hardware. So I start with the Warm Audio WA12 MK2, right? So that's a mic preamp. So that's the first thing you always want. So you want a mic preamp first, right? Which would be, like I said, the V Pre 73, or either what's the other one I use a lot? I haven't used it in so long. So your mic preamp, and then right as I have it now, I have a compressor after the mic preamp, and then I run an EQ and then another compressor. But that's soon going to change. I'm soon going to do mic preamp, then I'm going to do EQ, so that I can EQ the bad frequencies out before I start compressing. After the EQ is going to come the compressor. So mic preamp, EQ, parametric EQ, and then a compressor. But I'm going to have mic preamp, parametric EQ, and then 2 compressors working together. I'm going to have a fast working compressor and then a slower working compressor, just to round out the transients. When I'm layering the plugins, where should I? And then your de-esser, you can put your de-esser. Okay, let me do that again. So de-esser, mic preamp, EQ, and then de-esser, and then your compressors. It depends what you're using though. Like I would have to see your vocal chain, because a de-esser can kind of go in different parts. It doesn't always have to be after the EQ. That's a hard one. When I'm layering the plugins, I need to know what you use. What is your vocal chain now? If you tell me what your vocal chain is now, I can tell you exactly where to put it. Do you use a VST microphone preamp? Or do you just go straight through your interface and then into a compressor? If you do that, then you can go with a de-esser right after that compressor. Before or after that. I would do it either way you feel like it, whatever works good for you. There is no right or wrong way with engineering. It's what sounds good to the ears. And ultimately, it's like what Andrew Shep says. It's whatever comes out of what comes out of the speaker at the end. That's all that matters. But my de-esser comes after my compressor. That's the way, and the only reason it does is because if you look here, I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see that, Rashad?
Mm-hmm.
what do you see? You see my mic preamp and the compressor?
Yep.
So that's the only reason why my de-esser comes after my compressor, is because my vocal chain starts on my desk and then it goes up into the software after. But if I had a hardware de-esser, I might put it before my compressor. So, it's subjective, man.
Yeah, that's what I do too, Anthony Sullivan.
Let me see. What did he say? I'm looking. I'm trying to.
I record vocals straight to the DAW, then apply effects to the raw file. And the only thing that I do though is I create side chains. So and because I use FL, so what I'll do is I'll have my vocal file on one track, right? I'll turn around and I'll chain that track to the next one to it, and then I'll add my add my EQ, or I'll add my de-esser, because what happens is your mixer is gonna go from right to left. If you're using FL, it's gonna go from right to left. So if you side chain to the left of it, that's basically your preamp, and then you side chain to the right, and that's your post out, or your record out. So that's kind of how I do mine. When I do vocal chains, I only do I only do 3 tracks. So I do one left, one middle, one right.
Let me show you guys. Let me see if I can show you guys something. Let me see if I can show you something. So what he's saying is not how I do it. I record straight through my plugins, like as if they were hardware. So what I do is, you can see those again, right? So it'll go through. I'm gonna show you my chain right now. It'll go through. It'll come from the microphone. It'll run down here through the microphone preamp. Then it'll run up through this EQ, through this compressor. But what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna run it from here, from the mic preamp, and then I'm gonna go through an EQ that's gonna be right here, and then that EQ is gonna come back into this compressor, and then the compressor is gonna go up into my Sheps Omni channel. Here's the Sheps Omni channel here. Trying to show you guys. So this is what the Sheps Omni channel looks like.
You're not wrong.
All right. Do you see the Sheps Omni channel?
Mm-hmm.
You guys can see it. So if I show you this, this is modular. So if you grab from the top, you can put your gate first or last. Right? So you can move these around. So after, as my vocal chain now is this mic preamp, it's going up into the compressor, and then it's going into an EQ next on the Sheps Omni channel. Then it's going into a de-esser. Then it's going into another compressor. And then it's going into a saturation plug. And that's it. And then after I finish recording my vocals, when I go to mix, if it's not sitting in the music the way I want, there's the compressor from Klinghelm I was telling you about, the MJUC. And then I'll just compress this up and compressed it and sat the music down into the music, sat the vocal down into the music. And then it was too low, so I came over and made up from the makeup gain right here. So that's my vocal channel. One more time, let's go through that chain one more time. I got a hardware microphone preamp, right? My vocal comes from the microphone, goes to this microphone preamp, then it goes up into this compressor, then that compressor, behind that compressor is an EQ that's chained on the Sheps Omni channel, then the de-esser, then another compressor, and then a saturation plugin that I use. You don't have to use that saturation plugin. And then after I record the vocals in there, I actually use this MJUC, which is one more compressor after that. All right, so that's my vocal chain, just to give you guys a quick fix on what I do. I know it's kind of extensive.
One of these days, I'll get on something, because I always just record stuff and mess with it just to try different things.
Right.
So one of these days I'll get on here and show y'all what it looks like on FL. He said to me that Anthony Sullivan Said to me that's subjective to the engineer's preference. That's why straight vocals before DAW apps manipulation.
Say again.
Something got backwards on there. I think that's he meant to say before I don't know what he meant to say. To me that's subjective to the engineer's preference is basically what he's saying.
What, the vocal chain?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Like, yeah, it is that. Like, some people go mic preamp and then they go with a compressor with two. They go a mic preamp and then two compressors, a fast compressor and a slow compressor, which is sometimes a FET compressor is fast, and then an optical compressor is slow. So they'll go mic preamp into an 1176, which is a faster compressor, and then they'll go into an LA2A, which is an optical compressor. And what that does is that fast compressor will catch all the peaks, and then the slower compressor will round off those peaks. And then they'll go into an EQ. Or you can go, like I said, microphone preamp into an EQ and then into the two compressors. Like, he's right, it's subjective.
Yeah.
But
because I don't have any physical like hardware. All my stuff is software.
Right,
So-
but you can still make that software chain just like the hardware chain.
Oh, yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
I did. That's what I
Using
did
racks.
before I had the hardware. Yeah,
That's-
before I had the hardware, I went into the V Pre 73, which is the mic preamp. Then I went into the MJUC. Or that was before I got the Chef's Omni channel.
Yeah.
But when I got the Chef's Omni channel, I went mic preamp, virtual mic preamp, and then right into the Chef's Omni channel, whatever I wanted to go to, the EQ or the compressor. So
I'm gonna get this this last song because we'll sit on this all night. I promise. All right, last one for the night. Jay Meezy's he sent the full song this time. This was called
good,
A Storm.
'cause I
He said he
wanna
wanted to
hear
get some feedback on it. So let's get into it.
yes, sir.
Edwin Mieses is one of the bikers run over. He's now apparently paralyzed.
Jesus is king.
All his ribs are fractured. His lungs are so badly bruised that he's still on the ventilator.
I'm grateful to God that I'm still here. 7 years later in this wheelchair. Cause I should've died 7 years ago. 7 years ago, I was ran over and almost killed fit. It was on the news, it was ill fit. In broad daylight, in front of everybody. My kids watched me get folded on TV. And then I started getting death threats from everybody. But either way, I had forgiveness to give. I wasn't trying to have problems with anybody. I was just trying to get my mind right. Cause who had to readjust and learn to live life with half a body. And you don't know what I'll be dealing with. By the grace of God, it's how I live with it. He took me out of my deepest depressions and gave me peace. I only wish you could've witnessed it. Now I can see the vision vividly. And it's no longer a mystery. I deserve death and he gave me victory. Look at what he did to me. Wrote a new name on me, literally. Whole new identity spiritually. I received the gifts he gives to me. He makes me new, he forgets about my history. So many times I was lost, I was confused, I was on my own. By myself in these streets with really no direction to go. Try chasing money, but money wasn't really never the goal. Searching for purpose, I needed a reason to live with myself. You showed me you loved me that day when you walked in that room. My body was broken, my mind and my spirit was too. So giving you glory's the least thing I know I can do. I remember all those nights I was running around reckless with the tool. I was so loose. All the times I put my life on the line, you're the reason why I always made it through. That's so true. I remember almost dying at the station and I probably shouldn't have made it, but I didn't, that's all you. So many times I could remember when you stepped in, you protected me from me when I was lost, and I thank you. Now I can see the vision vividly. and it's no longer a mystery. I deserve death and he gave me victory. Look at what he did to me. Wrote a new name on me, literally. Whole new identity spiritually. I received the gifts he gives to me. He makes me new, he forgets about my history. So many times I was lost, I was confused, I was on my own. By myself in these streets with really no direction to go. Try chasing money, but money wasn't really never the goal. Searching for purpose, I needed a reason to live with myself. I gave you my life and you gave me food for my soul. I give you the glory and live my life holy to you. To the day that I'm gone, I'ma do what you want me to do.
The injured biker, 32-year-old Edwin Mieses, suffered a torn aorta, 9 broken ribs, and a severed spine, leaving him paralyzed.
Caught in a violent video that's gone viral. The one biker could be paralyzed for life.
Police Commissioner Ray Kelly says the video is key evidence.
That's it. Now that right there is the kind of stuff that's real. Wow.
I had to show y'all the tears, man. I was crying in here, brother. It was I don't hear you, Rashad. I don't know if you I don't know if you hear me.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
I was in here, man. I had tears, man, coming down. That's why I put the light in my face to show y'all the tears, brother. That's what I'm talking about, Jay Measy. Song of the night, brother, in my heart, in my eyes, in my ears, matter of fact. So, you got it, my brother. I ain't never told you you was wrong. I always told you, only way I told you when you was wrong, when you come at me with a verse and a hook. I want to hear something completed. But other than that, my man, for real though, man. That's why I took my glasses off and put the light in my face so I could show you I was crying. I ain't gonna give it to you wrong, man. I'm gonna give it to you straight. I ain't gonna give it to you crooked, man. When I'm touched by something, look, man, I told you I ain't no gangster, brother. I'll let you know when something touched me, man. And that right there, that was touching, man. You know what I'm saying? That was a good one to end the night off with. Are y'all hearing me?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm often speechless. This is probably my second time hearing that song. And both times I didn't know what to say aside from wow, look at God. That's a real testimony right there.
Yeah.
Still alive, still here, still doing God's work, man. Regardless.
The mix was nice. I can't say nothing bad about that one right there, bro.
For the first time, I'm gonna give two songs of the night because this one I'm gonna play this one all week this week too. Next week, so that and that's way more than a 10 right there, brother. Yeah, Levi and Jay Measy. Yeah, that's all week, man. Next week.
Yeah, good work, Levi, man. I really appreciated that. I love that. I was different, and it was hitting just right, man. You know.
Thank you, Anthony Sullivan. I appreciate you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, putting up with my mouth this week. I know I talked a little bit excessively, but I love y'all, man. And thank y'all for coming through.
Yeah.
Those of y'all who I was a little hard on you because I like the brother said earlier, Rashad, I I don't know if he exactly said this, but I'm gonna say it. I don't want Christian hip hop to be corny. I don't want people to say Christian hip hop is corny, and that's the word out there. So we need to change that. Jay Meezy, I think you changing it. Levi, I think you changing it with your style. Those are two completely different styles, but that's what this culture needs. Is it needs realness. That's what you got, Jay Meezy. You bring the realness to it. I'm not saying Levi is not real either. I'm just saying it's a different type of realness, and it's a whole different swag. It needs difference, and you guys are definitely bringing the depth and giving it depth.
Yeah, that it needs the culture needs a shock, wake up, a wash, if you will. And where we can wash away all these people who aren't real about this, who couldn't cut it as secular artists, so they jumping into the Christian hip hop arena because they feel like church people gullible. Only to turn around and talk about how they decolonizing their faith and walking away from the faith and walking away from Christ and Christianity and getting away from the Bible and all this kind of stuff. Like we need a do-over. We need a mulligan, a start over.
Well, the Island Boys are be coming over soon to Christian rap. Look, we gotta keep them out.
The day that happens, I'm denouncing all of that. Christian hip hop. You gonna get my breakup letter from Christian hip hop like Spazzy Rocket did to. Wait, my bad. I mean, excuse me. His name is Xavier Omar now. But Xavier Omar used to be Spazzy Rocket, and he was one of the first ones that wrote his breakup letter to Christianity. So I'm like, man, look. Oh, I did know that you did. You sure did, Jay Meezy. I forgot about that. I forgot that was in there. And look how much of an impact it made. Just not hearing that. But yeah, man, this oversaturation of not knowing what people talking about and what they doing, and I find it funny how the same people that say that they breaking away from the faith and decolonizing and this, that, and the third because we were forced into Christianity because of slave masters and all this stuff. Why are these same people not the ones that recognize when the scripture said in the last days it'll be a great falling away? And they don't realize that they part of that. Yeah. Ooh, I hope I didn't just say that. All right, anyway, let's get out of here before I give up too much of what we're talking about tomorrow. Don't forget the the Must Be Heard radio show tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time with my wife, myself, and two of our guests, Brother War and T. Barlow. For those of y'all that are legacy people, you know who T. Barlow is. I always refer to him as Omaha Steaks. Because T. Barlow has never submitted, I ain't gonna say he never submitted a bad song. He submitted one that was a little questionable. But never has submitted a song below 8. And the only reason that the song that he submitted was an 8 was because of some obnoxious noise that's in the background, and he said he couldn't get out of there. So, because he didn't have the stems to the track. And then Brother War is a longtime supporter of us on the Must Be Heard radio show. Been around for a minute. Been supporting us for 5 years since we've been doing this. Going on 6 and March 7th. So yeah, definitely don't want to miss that show. Same place. Just if you didn't subscribe already, if you'll go ahead and do that. Of course, share the live streams and go back and check out some of the other live stream shows that we've done, especially the ones with Rico in it too. Because we gave out a lot of engineering tips during those shows. And I specifically left those on here just because if it's muted, go to YouTube and look it up on YouTube because it's there too. And there's no mutes or anything like that on our YouTube channel.
And if anybody wants to, is interested in trying to build a hardware vocal chain, you can hit me up, man, in my inbox. My Facebook page is, I guess you see my name. Do you see my name? Or it's Aaron, it's Aaron person, Aaron Person. and that's on Facebook. You'll see a picture. I think my profile picture is a picture of my mother, and then behind that you'll see a Pro Tools. I think a Pro Tools mixing window or whatever. But Aaron Person, that's on Facebook. And I could, if you ever need advice on what equipment to buy, even if you need an affordable microphone preamp, a hardware mic preamp where you want to start getting into using hardware, I can give you tips on that. I can tell you what plugins to use. Today I was on live and I was finishing up a song. It was a secular song, but you can get a little bit out of my sessions when I go live about what I'm doing, how I'm mixing, why I'm doing it, and you can learn a little bit if you want. I'm not Andrew Sheps, but I'm a long ways from 10 years before where I was.
I got you, Jay Measy. All right, man. Well, look, I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. We've been at this for 2.5 hours. I know there's a funny thing is I have an achievement to stream for 4 hours, but I ain't got the constitution to stream for 4 hours. Not unless I'm gaming for the other half of it and just don't realize. But right. Aside from that, y'all, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Join us for the Must Be Heard radio show, live with my wife and our guest, Brother War, T. Barlow. A-Dubs, I appreciate you again.
Thank you, my brother, for having me.
And until next time, y'all, love God, hate sin, and live. Peace.